How farm and rural workers are adapting to the changing economic conditions and consumer demand. Farm and rural workers are facing various challenges and opportunities in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic and the changing economic conditions. One of the major indicators of the economic situation is the retail inflation, which measures the change in the prices of goods and services consumed by the households. According to the Labor Ministry, retail inflation for farm workers and rural laborers in April 2021 eased marginally to 2.66% and 2.94%, respectively, from 2.78% and 2.96%, respectively, in March 2021. This was mainly due to lower prices of certain food items, such as rice, onion, tamarind, vegetables, and fruits. However, retail inflation for farm and rural workers was still higher than the overall retail inflation for the country, which stood at 4.29% in April 2021. This means that farm and rural workers have to spend more of their income on buying essential goods and services than the average urban consumer. How are farm and rural workers coping with this situation? How are they adapting to the changing consumer demand and preferences? Here are some of the ways that farm and rural workers are responding to the economic challenges and opportunities, diversifying their crops and products. Some farm and rural workers are shifting to more profitable or resilient crops and products, such as organic farming, horticulture, dairy, poultry, fisheries, etc. These sectors have seen a rise in demand due to health and environmental awareness among consumers. For example, organic farming has grown by 17% in India during 2020 to 21. Adopting new technologies and practices. Some farm and rural workers are using new technologies and practices to improve their productivity, quality, efficiency, and market access. These include digital platforms, mobile apps, e-commerce, online training, precision agriculture, drip irrigation, solar pumps, etc. These technologies and practices help them reduce their costs, increase their incomes, access new markets and customers, and cope with climate change impacts. For example, ENAM, National Agriculture Market, is a digital platform that connects farmers with buyers across India and provides them with transparent price discovery. Forming cooperatives and self-help groups. Some farm and rural workers are joining forces with other farmers and workers to form cooperatives and self-help groups. These groups help them pool their resources, share their risks, bargain collectively, access credit and insurance, avail government schemes and subsidies, etc. These groups also provide them with social support and empowerment. For example, Amul is a cooperative of dairy farmers that has become one of the largest dairy brands in India. Seeking alternative sources of income. Some farm and rural workers are seeking alternative sources of income to supplement their farming income or cope with crop failures or natural disasters. These include non-farm activities such as handicrafts, tourism, transport, etc., or migration to urban areas for wage employment or self-employment. These activities help them diversify their income sources, reduce their vulnerability to shocks, and improve their living standards. For example, rural tourism has emerged as a potential source of income for many rural households in India. These are some of the ways that farm and rural workers are adapting to the changing economic conditions and consumer demand. However, they also face many challenges and constraints in doing so, such as lack of awareness, skills, capital, infrastructure, market linkages, policy support, etc. Therefore, there is a need for more interventions from the government, private sector, civil society, and other stakeholders to enable farm and rural workers to overcome these challenges and harness these opportunities.